So this recipe starts with spaghetti squash. Now my dad grew this one, and it is easily 12 inches long. This is a little ridiculous. So if your spaghetti squash is not this giant, please do not despair, as I probably will only be using half of this. Just salt and pepper, olive oil, just seasoning it just a little bit. Right now, there's a great debate. Do we roast them up or down? Let's do one up and one down, and let's see which one we like better. I'm using my nice, very well seasoned cookie sheet, so it does not matter what happens to this. We're gonna pop it in the oven, super hot, until it's tender. This is not tender, so it's gotta go in for a while. So we're just sauteing over here. It's a little steamy. Some mushrooms, a little bit of red onion, and some of the most beautiful Swiss chard you've ever seen from the backyard. So we're sauteing this up while that spaghetti squash is doing its business. I'm sauteing it in a little bit of white wine, because I thought that sounded good. I'll season it in a smidge with Marissa salt, some fresh oregano, and maybe some red pepper flakes. That sounds good. These things are no joke. Okay, so baked up, okay, it's good. Baked face down is softer. So we're gonna do the softer one right now, just because it will be easier to scrape out. Oh my goodness. So, because this thing that my dad grew is about 2 times the size of a normal one, we're just gonna do half of the spaghetti squash. But you can do any amount of spaghetti squashes you want. And you can do any kind of sauteed vegetables over here too. There's not a certain amount that you need or anything, but it is still pretty warm. I want it a little bit warm because when I add my cheeses, I want those to start melting into it. So my oven is still on from when I did the first part of this, baking the spaghetti squash. You can always bake it ahead of time and just have it, or maybe you have some leftover spaghetti squash that you want to make this with. That's great. Okay, let me just... I am gonna add some puttanesca sauce that this is homemade sauce. So it's about cup and a half. Just gonna add that in. So I'm making just kind of like a spaghetti squash bake. You know, it's not in layers, it's just kind of everything mixed around. But we want it really well incorporated. I'm sure there's an easier way to do that. I'm just doing it like this, okay? Is that good? Oh my gosh. Just breaking up a piece. And my most important part now, you can do any kind of cheeses you want, but I'm gonna do a blend of parmesan and pecorino. Oh my gosh. I love the saltiness that both of these are gonna bring to this. So now we're just gonna pop this back in the oven. Remember, everything is already cooked, so we're just trying to like make this bubble up. That'd be great. I mean, you guys, look at this. I love how pecorino and parmesan don't like melt into gooiness, because I don't want gooiness into this. I want it like this, and I love it. If you do want gooiness, you know what I would suggest? Hiding chunks of mozzarella all throughout, like a little scavenger hunt. But let's taste this. I'm ready. I'm so ready. This is so gorgeous. Chris is having a diatribe in the back. Here we go. Do you see it? It's just like the perfect bite. It has the puttanesca sauce or tomato sauce, whatever you want to use. It has the Swiss chard. It has the cheese. It has spaghetti squash. So, if you're looking to lighten it up, you don't need a pasta. You just want like the straight vegetables. I guess this is like paleo, right? This will be for you.
Enjoy. Try something new today.